how to give learners a little more control of a path of their own learning and give them a bit more engagement to create a better guest experience. I'm Felix. I'm pretty sure I've met everyone here. Just going to go through a little bit of some expectations around what we're going to run through today. Okay? So what we're going to do is I'm going to demonstrate how we use a little bit of a process to engage our learner a little bit more, and we believe that this gives a better guest experience for all snow sports users in New Zealand. Our belief is grounded in skill acquisition, right? And it starts with the learner having real clarity around what they need to do in order to be successful, right? And what success looks like, yeah? And also where their current performance level is at. So that's kind of the first piece, a bit of clarity. Then what we're going to do is we are going to go through a bit of a feedback loop that helps us communicate that. And that feedback loop helps preserve the relationship between the trainer and the student, while sort of motivating and keeping the student motivation high. And we've got a little bit of two-way communication in that feedback loop to help really engage the student in what they're doing. Also, hopefully I'm going to be able to demonstrate. Oh, hey, so here's the important part. What does an engaged learner look like, and what's the benefit, right, of being more engaged or having our learner more engaged in the process? So an engaged learner is someone who is encouraged to ask questions within the group. They're encouraged to participate in conversations, right? They're encouraged to develop some self-awareness, yeah? And they're also encouraged to work with the trainer together to solve problems that's going to help them achieve their goals. Right? So that's what that looks like. The benefit is that the learner is going to have more intrinsic motivation. Okay? So they're going to be a little more invested in their own progress, and they're going to ultimately work harder to achieve their goals. And this is how we're trying to have a positive effect on the guest experience. Okay? So bearing in mind that in the NZSIA, when we're talking about this stuff, we're working with our candidates, our exam candidates. We're trying to model this process or this framework in such a way that our candidates can then go out into their ski school, and when their students come to lessons, they can then model the same framework and have that same little effect, so engage their students in the end. I'm going to give you a little bit of backstory about where we've come from. Okay, so what we've noticed in the past is that we've had candidates come down the run to us and ask us questions like, was that it? Or was that any better? Or am I doing it now? And that kind of made us realise that they didn't have the clarity that they need in order to sort of reflect on their own performance and judge themselves against like an outcome, an ideal outcome. So that's a little bit about why we're really trying to give our candidates more clarity so they can then reflect, and they're not just coming down to us and trying to seek information from us, but they actually have a bit more of an idea of what they're trying to do. Is that everyone with me on that one? Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's ski down to the bottom, and I'm just going to quickly chat to you about what happened in Pamporovo, the NZSIA in the 2019 Interski Congress, and then we'll jump back up and we'll get into a little bit of how we developed that clarity piece on the next run. Yeah. All good. Hey team, so 2019, like what the NZSA presented was we looked at the ski performance and the body performance in each phase of the turn, and it was highlighted that they really remain the same right from our wedge turn, our lowest performance, all the way up to our dynamic medium turn, our highest performance. Okay, and the only thing that really changed was our skiing descriptors. So we've got descriptors, we've got an acronym called DIRT, duration, intensity, rate, range and timing. So we highlighted that those were the things that changed, and not so much the actual movements of the body through each phase of the turn. Yeah, and that was quite well received by the membership. And so to kind of continue that, what we've then looked at this time was how to better communicate outcomes. And so here we are, trying to do that. Woohoo! Hey, all good. Let's head up on the lift and we'll come down. Maybe we really believe that in order for our students to be really engaged and to keep their motivation high, they have to have a super clear understanding and visual image of what success looks like. So that's what we're going to set up now. When we start to develop this clarity, we first look at the external factors and the ski performance. We don't dive too deep in the body performance and things like that at this stage. We just set up the ski performance and the external factors, yeah? Now I was going to do a medium turn, I'm not going to do a medium turn, we'll do some short turns, okay? So I'm going to set up a little bit of clarity on how we would do it around a short turn, okay? Or like let's say it's like a dynamic short turn, okay? So, talking about our external factors in our ski performance. So, let's think about the sort of corridor size, all right? So, dynamic short turn, sort of 1.5 to 2 perimeter widths down here. Yeah, we need enough speed so that the ski, when the ski is edged, that it's going to be able to grip and create that round turn shape. Cool. So we need enough speed that our ski design can be utilised, and it's going to create that round turn shape when we edge the ski. Okay. And Alright, now that you've seen that, right, and we've talked a little bit about the external factors and what we're trying to gain from that ski performance, head on down, okay, and let's go around the corner. I want you guys to just give that a try, thinking of bearing those things in mind, and then as it gets steep, let's meet up just before it gets steep and I'll give you one more demo. Is that cool? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, do it. You can follow if you want.
How close?
Follow, Kim.
Just like fucking right in front of him. Switch. I like this team best. Huh?
All right. In an exam situation, we might go through that a few times, or we might, it's probably not going to be as quick as that, but it's catering to the audience here. We're all pretty on board, I think. So, what we're going to move on to now is our feedback model, right? So the goal of feedback is to accurately assess where the student is, or what the student's performance is relative to a specific task, while preserving the relationship between the trainer and the candidate and the learner, yeah, and keeping that motivation high. Okay, so our feedback model is called Seek of Seek, and what it does is it enables us it enables our learners really to reflect on their performance, and in doing that, it enables them to develop a bit of self-awareness, right? And then the second part of it is some two-way communication between us and them. So, simply put, we give the facts about what happens, and then we have a conversation with the learner about where we should go next. That's our feedback model. So, seek, give, seek. Let's get into the first seek portion. All right. So, this part, it's really important that our students have clarity, that initial piece, and maybe questions that we're asking things that make the students reflect on their performance. Cool. So the next part is the give part. Okay. So what we're trying to do here is we just give the facts, right? We just describe what happened. And maybe, I'm sure people here have had a situation where they've given a bit of feedback and then the students kind of shut down or come despondent or been a bit, upset or taken it personally, right? And we've got a little phrase that we use to help us avoid that and some tools, and it's called how not to get shocked. Okay? So
How not to get shocked?
Yeah, how not to get shocked. How not to get shot, right? So what we're trying to do is when we provide these facts and these objective things about their skiing. We're trying to, when we're initially building a relationship, we're trying to use non-personal words. Like we're trying to avoid saying like, oh, I could see that that when you were coming down there, that your ski was skidding a lot, or that you were skidding the ski a lot. So trying to avoid things like you did this, you did that, I didn't like that, I saw it in your skiing. So we're trying to use things like, I saw the ski do this, or I saw the corridor was yay big, or something like that. Right? So try not to use the personal stuff. It's pretty what is the experience? Really hard, hey? Oh my god, it takes so much practice. Yeah.
So I felt it more relaxing to talk about the inanimate objects on his feet rather than about him.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Taking away the personal aspect.
Yes.
And relating to kids, sometimes when you use the word you, they get quite attacked. So in Canada, we kind of have the approach to use the I. Say, example, so say you did this, say I feel scared, example, when people do something like this. So it redirect the message and less intimidating, less attack.
You can also use something like we, you know, you can involve yourself in it. You can be like, hey, well, so what we need to do is we need to look at getting a little bit more grip in the top half of the foot. That might work as well. Yeah.
Felix, I think you had a guy over here.
Sorry?
This guy wanted to say something. Yeah.
So I was thinking like when she talked about her skiing.
Yes.
And I was thinking like how can I reflect on that without really saying like her ideas or her thoughts or like
Oh, would you?
Hi Felix, so you've just finished your final presentation at Interski. Are you happy?
Yeah, it went really well. It's pretty snowy out here today, so we had to adapt a little bit, but yeah, had everyone jump into pairs and have a go at our feedback model after we built some clarity around some outcomes. So yeah, happy with that. Went well, had a good time.
I think you did a great job, mate. Well done. And we've got JS here from Canada.
Hi everyone.
He also attended the clinic. What did you think of our clinic?
I think Felix did an awesome job. He made his everything really clear and really specific with his clarity. I'm really proud of what the NZSIA has been doing. For a small nation, you've been excelling in what you've been doing, and it's pretty good to be up high with the rest of us, and it's really happy. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks so much for your feedback. We've really enjoyed having you participate in our clinics as well.
Thanks.
Wicked.
No, it's